quiero ir. Regalina partida. La vuelta ahí es el León.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tigers Roar from Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard in Baton Rouge. A lot happening here, a lot happening last Saturday, and a bunch going to happen this Saturday. Jordy Hultberg, good evening, sir.
I want Papa Fehoko on my team. That dance, that action, that's awesome. What a great win, great environment. I've never seen Tiger Stadium quite like that. The East Upper Deck was all full of red. Boy, they had a long journey back to Georgia.
LSU dominated the game, 60 minutes, offense, defense, special teams.
Yep.
One of my favorite parts of the game, the one kickoff that was not a touchback, Akers is down on the bottom of the pile getting the scrambling. It's not like he was standing by the pile and the ball popped out and he fell on it. He went in there and got it. That's a microcosm of a story of 7 games of this LSU football team. They've done what they had to do, and they had the attention of a lot of people before last Saturday. Now they have everyone's attention.
6-1, 5th in the country. A couple of tidbits. The fans storm the field, get fined $100,000. Brandon Fehoko's amongst the masses, and he runs into a classmate. He couldn't get into the locker room, so they started talking about classroom assignments on the field. So that's one thing. You mentioned Atkins. He was also a safety besides a kicker, so he showed his defensive prowess. But they could, unlike against Florida, they controlled the line of scrimmage. They controlled the game. We said it. Nick Saban had his Georgia game in 2003. Les Miles had his Florida game in 2007, and Ed O had his Georgia game in 2018.
Well, you know, Coach Orgeron is now 7-0 at LSU after a loss.
Yeah.
That speaks for itself.
Yeah.
They find a way to bounce back. Now,
they got a tough one this weekend.
With that being said, point I made on radio today, LSU is showing signs of being championship caliber team. We can say that right now, okay? Yeah, they can control their own destiny, but they're showing signs of being a championship caliber team, whether that's the West, the SEC, or the national championship. But here's my point. Championship caliber teams beat Mississippi State this Saturday by a couple of touchdowns. It's not close in the fourth quarter. You know, in '97, they beat Florida. Yay, rah, rah. Lost to Ole Miss the next week in Tiger Stadium. And I don't think Ole Miss was ranked that day.
That certainly wasn't a championship
team. If you're a championship caliber team, you continue the trek. You beat Mississippi State. You know, you ain't going to beat them by 30 like they beat you last year. Or maybe you do. But the game's got to be over when you're in the fourth quarter. Have that feeling that we were the dominant team. We just got to finish this thing off.
Easier said than done. Third straight week against Florida, Georgia, now State. It's going to be their third straight physical game, their 8th straight game of the season. State's coming off of a bye. State's got their act together. The one stat that stands out to me more than anything else, they allow the fewest points scored in the nation at under 13. This is not going to be a cakewalk. They've got some terrific defensive linemen. So LSU's got to be focused. They got to be ready to go. It's within the membership of that locker room, not the coaches, the players themselves that have to get this team back up to speed and focused. And I've always said this because I played. And, you know, before we went on Christmas break every year, Coach would always dangle that little carrot. You know, y'all play well. We win this game the right way. You can come back on this day. If you don't, we're coming back a day earlier and we're going to run. So, Coach O, dangle that little carrot. It's a bye week coming up. You play well, you get the win. Take some time away. Take a lot of time away. Decompress. Get away from football. And then that sets up the epic 1 versus 5 in all likelihood matchup in Tiger Stadium, Alabama, LSU.
Let's go back to a point you made a few years ago. I agree with it 100%. and I don't know that it's going to change anytime soon. But and I know they played 8 straight, and they will have played 8 straight. They'll welcome the open date.
Yes.
You've maintained for many years. You're the first person I heard say it. The open date should be after the Alabama game, not before. The 2-week build up, all of that. I mean, that's mentally distracting.
If
Make your point
if
again.
and only if.
Bama also.
Well, if and only if you don't play 8 consecutive games before. That would be the 9th straight game. If it's anything sooner than that, then I say play it in a row because it's too much of a buildup. You watch, that's all people are going to talk about for 2 straight weeks. The players are going to hear it. The coaches are going to over-prepare. They're going to analysis by paralysis, as my coach used to say. I've always believed have the bye afterwards, but in this case, having so many games prior to it, perfect time for a bye week.
There you go. So we'll have that. Hey, on tonight's edition of Tigers Roll, we got a lot of stuff for you. We'll back it up a little bit and hear from Coach O's post-game comments after the win over Georgia. We got plenty of his comments this week. We'll hear from Joe Moorhead, the first-year head coach at Mississippi State. He was a head coach at Fordham years ago. We've got a couple of the LSU players for you. A lot of stuff to tell you about tonight. We'll also have Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. He'll be live here at Scoreboards coming up in just a little while. Jordy, before we go to break, basketball media days. Will Wade and the gang.
Picked 6th in the SEC. They don't have divisions in basketball. It's 1 through, so they're picked 6th. Tremont Waters picked first team all SEC. I think they're underselling LSU basketball, which is great right now. Just like they undersold LSU football, look where they are. I'm telling you, LSU basketball is better than 6th in the SEC.
And probably as much excitement about LSU basketball in over a decade, maybe back since some of Brady's final years here. There's excitement before the first ball is bounced, before the first shot is taken. So we'll see if we tabs on that.
We'll see if we can get it back to the 78, 79, 80 years. And
they need you out there.
If they get to that point, LSU basketball is really good.
Jordy's referred to when they camped out on the ramp at the Assembly Center.
Every game.
They camped out, the students did, so they could run in and get in there and have a good seat, right?
Packed house every night?
Every night.
Every night.
That's when it became the Deaf Dome.
That was it.
Right?
That's it.
We're going to take a break here at Scoreboards. Also coming up, we're going to visit with Cameron, one of the lovely ladies that works here at Scoreboards. We'll do that in a little while, too. She'll tell you about some great things here. A great way, what you need to do for Scoreboards is connect on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're posting the boiled snow crabs, the barbecue, sportscaster contest that's coming up in the month of November, other things that'll be happening, all the Hall of Fame music stuff. Connect on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Scoreboards, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, right next to Anton's Fine Jewelers. We'll come back, get some post-game comments after the win over Georgia. He's Jordy Hultberg. I'm Tommy Christ. You're watching Tigers Roar from Scoreboards on Pelican Sports TV.
Look, your dad gave me his baby to go pick up your brother from the airport.
Oh, honey, just take Mom's car. She just had navigation installed.
I totally got this. We were just there.
Hey, isn't that?
Yep. I'll program the airport in, just in case.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Jordy Helper for Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Chairman's Reserve steaks, their pork, their chicken, their seafood, top of the line. Primo barbecue pits, Icy Tech coolers. They can go anywhere and cater anything for you. Go to 751-7665 to call Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market, where good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market.
Are you ready for this year's formal events? Weddings, homecoming, Mardi Gras, prom, pageants. Debbie's Bridal is having an inventory blowout sale. Don't be left out. Prices range from 20% off to 80% off. Happening now. Debbie's Bridal, Burnside in Gonzales.
Desire in your eyes, but you can't keep it in your heart. 'Cause misery loves company. 'Cause misery loves company. Cold and hungry like a dog in the street. I get a raw deal every.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge, a CLK multifamily management property. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. Stop by Cypress Lake Apartments, call 225-293-6789, or go online, live at cypresslakeapts.com.
We continue with Tigers Roy here at School Boards, and we're about to get to Coach O, but first, the chef,
Our cup runneth over.
They put some food in front of us here. What you got over there? The mini burgers?
I call them mini burgers, sliders. They're delectable. I love the sausage with a couple of dips and Joe Horn barbecue sauce, amongst others. Terrific. You love the pasta.
The chicken fettuccine here. Then we got the catfish Italiano. Highly
stuff.
recommended. The catfish Italiano, the crawfish etouffee, the fettuccine, a little piece of garlic
Fresh
bread.
out the oven. Here we go.
It is good, and I tell you what, it's not going to look the same when we come back from the OT.
That's a guarantee.
Jordy and I are going to enjoy.
I can guarantee you that one.
The menu is posted on the Facebook page if you want to check it out and connect on social media, as we said. Right now, as we like to do each and every week on Tigers Roll, we want to back it up a little bit and let you hear from Coach Orgeron, his post-game comments after they knocked off the number 2 ranked Georgia Bulldogs. Here's Tiger head football coach Ed Orgeron.
Tremendous win for our football team. +4 in the turnover ratio, 0 turnovers for offense, 475 yards total, 275 rush. Tremendous job. 4 for 4 on 4th down, 8 for 8 in the red zone. Held them for 113 yards. A very, very good football team. This was a total team effort. Credit football staff starting on Monday. Credit the players. They were not happy with the results of the Florida game. Obviously, they used it as a motivation all week. And great crowd, great LSU football, just the way it's supposed to be. Total team effort.
Going for it on 4th down so many times, something before the game, trying to set us up.
Yes, that was the message we were going to send. We were going to be as aggressive as we can. We're going to take shots, go for it, plan to win the game the whole time.
Coach, obviously the offensive line has been much in the line. Today they did an outstanding job.
Yeah.
You talk about that.
Second week in a row, give Jimmy credit, give those guys credit. They felt bad. They felt bad all week. They were hungry. They felt like they let the team down. Obviously, they took it upon themselves to play better today, and they did.
Coach, George just 113 yards rushing, about less than half of their average.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, they started running the football, honestly, first quarter. Dave made some adjustments. We challenged our defensive line, especially Ed Alexander. That's one of the best centers we've seen. I thought he played one of his best games tonight.
And you guys seem to get from out of rhythm pretty early.
Yeah.
What y'all do?
Yeah, we mixed it up. Dave did a great job. We mixed up the personnel groupings that we used. We gave them some stuff that they didn't see. Obviously, everything was built on stopping the run of the deep pass, and we did it.
And how much do you guys work on that QB sneak, and what makes Joe so effective at it?
Well, we work on it every Thursday. We call it the winning edge. But, you know, Joe's a big, strong guy, can play linebacker. We feel that he can get a half a yard, and if it's a half a yard or less, we're going to take it.
Ed Atkins has just been unreal on kickoffs for him. Being a guy that recovers that.
Special teams, and we did it.
So when they made it 19-9, you guys go 86 yards. What was that drive?
Oh. No question. No question, because the momentum was changing. It was swinging their way a little bit. You can feel it. We needed that drive. I thought Steve Ensminger did a great job of calling plays today. Fantastic job. Excuse me? Yeah. Yeah. We're going for it. We're going for it as hard as we can today. We're throwing out the kitchen sink, man. We're going with everything we had, and we did it.
When they tried to fake field goal, you see those guys were able to read it.
Yeah.
What did the players see?
Well, it surprised me. It was 10 yards to go. It surprised me, but we always have a guy for the fake while we have eyes. You know, when you're playing on the field goal block, you have to have your eyes on him, on your man, not on the field goal kicker. Tremendous discipline.
Ed, this is such a huge game. I mean, when the coaches sometimes get tired, don't go for it.
Yeah.
Why did you decide?
You know, we just felt the tempo, what we needed this week to be aggressive. All week we talked about being aggressive. I was a little pissed at myself for not going forward against Florida down there, 4th and half an inch. We didn't do a good job of game management then, so I said, hey, I'm gonna go for it.
Did that keep you up this week?
What that?
Did that keep you up this week a little bit?
Nah.
Why did you not go for it on the 4th and 2 in the panel?
Say it again. Yeah, well, it was a little too long. Actually, it was 4th and 3. We were going for it. We called timeout. We had called the play. We were going for it, but Steve said, I'll go for it, but it's 4th and 3, so I called the timeout.
Did you feel kind of clairvoyant after the way that worked out? I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, it worked out great. Yep.
Georgia hasn't given up the 100-yard rushing until tonight.
Yeah.
What did you see from him on the court?
Yeah, I thought it was a tremendous game plan by the guys. You know, Kyle's a good zone runner. We ran specific plays for Clyde, specific plays for Nick, and it worked out.
Ed is a Louisiana native. What did it feel like?
Oh, great. And, you know, I grew up watching LSU football. I walked out, I could feel it. Walking down the Tiger Walk, you just feel it all week. This was going to be one of those games for the LSU Tigers, and I want to be part of it. It's great.
Coach, it's been a while since they swung the field like that.
Yeah.
What was it like for you out in the middle?
It's never going to be about me. I'm just glad for the team, man. These guys work so hard, and they deserve it. These coaching staffs work so hard. I was just glad to be part of it.
Coach, talk about the emotions today, not just with playing Georgia, but Jerry Stovall getting his number retired, and then of course the death of Jim Taylor.
Yeah.
What do you think this win just does for the LSU community as a whole?
Yeah, well, you know, just getting us close together, one team, one heartbeat. And Jerry Stovall's been a friend of mine since I got the job. Louisiana native, only other Louisiana native to have the job. We take pride in Louisiana. A great player, a great coach. And then the loss of Jimmy, you know, losing him and Billy in the same year is it's tough. It's tough, but you know, we rebound as a family. We tough. From southern Louisiana, we have hurricane, we have adversity, and we work through adversity. That's just the type of people we are. We're proud of it.
What is the emotional roller coaster like going through a college football season, the highs of Miami, the lows of Florida, now this?
Yeah, you just got to handle 1 week at a time. That's why we don't make projections. That's why we don't read the newspaper. I'm sure my guys read it. I don't. The projections, you know, it didn't do these guys anything to be ranked the way they were. That doesn't win football games. We take it 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time. see what we can do. Monday's going to be Tell the Truth Monday, and we're going to move on. We're going to press on to Mississippi State. They're a darn good football team, another tremendous challenge.
Hey, do you feel like you guys won this game in practice, in the classroom, watching tape, getting better from Florida last week?
No, I do believe there was a hunger. I do believe that we felt that we were the blame for losing that football game. We didn't feel like the team just came out and beat us and we couldn't handle it. And that even hurts more. I think that when it does, you screw the screws a little bit tighter. You do the things that you can't do. And I think all week our guys had a chip on their shoulder. And these guys being the number 2 team in the country, all the things you hear about their dynasty and all that stuff, I mean, now guys are ready to go.
Yeah, in the first quarter, Georgia against that driver, they run for like 60 yards on there. What adjustment did they make?
We did. We were playing one certain defense, and it wasn't working. And we changed to play another one, and it worked to stop them.
What
Really?
was the change?
What's that?
What was the change?
Do you really want to know everything? We were shaded one way. I'm going to tell you. You ready? We were shaded one way, and then we went and shaded another way. And that was the change.
That'll be in the paper.
All right. Shade to shade, baby.
Y'all stayed aggressive throwing in.
Yeah,
You got a
we needed to.
Is that the confidence you
No,
have?
stay on attack. We had to stay on attack today. We could not get in a situation on third down where let them pin their ears back and throw the football. We had to stay on the attack. That was the worry all day. Stay on the attack.
And Coach, when you win the number 2 team, like 20, a lot of people
Yep.
say this is a statement game or whatever.
Mhm.
Can you talk about what this does for the big picture?
You know, we have a lot of recruits here, a lot of guys here. Georgia's always in the national picture. We're an up-and-coming football team. We ways to go, but we want to lead LSU to a championship. Where this takes us, we don't know, but hopefully it gives us some confidence that we can play with anybody in the country. We cannot look past what we got up next is Mississippi State. Listen, let me tell you something. We can control. We play well and do the things we can. We can be in there with most teams in the country.
Yeah, just 2 penalties tonight in the offensive
Yeah.
line.
Yeah. They got to remind us some things this week, and it worked.
So yeah, there was a lot of discussion about the Tiger Stadium, the magic of this.
Yeah,
How much effect do you think it had?
a night and day.
Why?
Yeah, I'll play his feet off of it. It start with the Tiger Walk. I mean, you can see it in our guys' eyes. There was not a lot of having to get guys hyped up in the locker room or nothing. They were hyped, ready to go. I told the coaches we're going to have to remain calm today because the crowd is going to do the motivation for us, and they did it. And that's a big advantage.
You guys on the Reed option there with Joe.
Yeah.
You saw them crashing and you.
Yeah, he reads it. That's Steve. He reads it, and Joe's good at it. Joe's, if we were a zone read team, Joe could be really good at it. But we just can't afford getting him hurt.
You guys put Jason Hines in there at left guard
Yeah.
early on in the game. How did he play, and what made him?
I think he did well. I think he really did well. He's healthy, and he was banged up a little bit. Jason's going to be an excellent player for us.
Tigers Roar. Another thing that was big about the LSU-Georgia game, obviously LSU's win, but recruiting.
Yes, lots of them.
Lots of recruits. Big message got sent by this Tiger football team. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Jordy's going to be joined by Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com. Talk all about the recruiting, the impact, the short-term, long-term. All of that's next right here from Scoreboards. Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com with Jordy Hultberg. I'm going to go eat some more of this great food. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's an honor to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-654-9927, 800-654-9927.
Welcome back to Tigers Roar live from Scoreboards Grill and Catering on Coursey Boulevard. Jordy Helper joined by TigerBait.com's Mike Scarborough. Boy, I tell you what, if LSU could have ordered up anything any better, I defy them to, as far as what they did with that, the game, the atmosphere, and the aftershock of the game. That was just tailor-made.
Oh, it was amazing. And down on the field beforehand with the parachute guys coming in, and the number of recruits that were there, the weather. I mean, a lot of people are making the issue of the number of Georgia fans that found tickets.
Right.
Well, that's the nature of the beast now.
Sure.
When you got a 102,000 seat stadium, and of course they're wearing red, so they stick out like a sore thumb when your eyes are panning. But you know, if the stadium only held 78,000, they wouldn't have been able to get those kind of tickets.
Exactly. The big talk after the game was Coach O meeting with John Emery, of course, the star running back from Destrehan, who's committed to Georgia. If ever was a game where he may start thinking a little bit retrospectively, maybe that's the one.
Yeah, look, I think LSU's done everything they can with him. I think it's a positive they continue to recruit him because you never know what's going to happen. But he did come in because it was Georgia on the field. And now if he comes back this weekend, if he shows up for an unofficial visit or he comes for the Alabama game, and then maybe you have something. but I still think he's going to stick with Georgia. I mean, a lot is made of like who wins the game if you're battling that particular school for a recruit.
Sure.
And those recruits really don't look at it that way.
On the flip side, some negative news. Marcus Banks, the cornerback out of Houston, decommitted. What did you hear about that? Why and what happened?
He's made some comments out there that he felt that he just got wrapped up in it and committed early, and he's looking around. I talked to a Texas A&M source this morning that they've got a full class of 25, but maybe there's one kid that might be wavering. He's been to Alabama. Might they be in it? Texas is also a factor. And of course, I think LSU's still going to recruit him. But then the question becomes, if he doesn't come back in the fold, which usually when they do this, they don't.
Right. What do you do with that extra spot?
Would there be another corner? And now we're seeing the Sopsher go to Alabama last weekend. And so you're starting to look at the numbers now, and you're starting to see where you're going to have some wiggle room if Sopsher ends up at Alabama, which is a lot of people think that that's trending. Whereas for several months, I've had him in the probables for LSU. The flip side of it is you've offered his older brother, a scholarship who's not even playing. And, look, I think all of LSU's defensive linemen come back. They don't go pro.
Okay.
So, and I'm looking at next year's class. You have Evans also in this class. If you can get another guy, you had the Ika from Salt Lake City that was in for an official visit, had a great visit. He's going to go to Oregon on the 3rd. Alabama was considered to be the leader when he got here. But I think LSU did everything right. Of course, he's a Poly kid and got to meet the Fiocos, and I think that helps.
Okay.
So we'll see how that plays out. That would be like the cherry on top if LSU finishes out with Devonta Lee, Noah Kane. We'll see maybe if there's another running back, a quarterback, whether it's JUCO, Jacob Free. You had the Kadum kid from Rome, Georgia, in last week and loved it. Okay. But Ensminger's telling that young man, I'm trying to talk Ed Orgeron into taking a second quarterback. Well, Ed Orgeron said 2 months ago,
we need
a second quarterback. Right. Now, is that just what he's saying? Or have they changed their mind in the interim that they might not take a second quarterback?
Or do they value him enough to offer him and give him that scholarship? Or is there another quarterback that they have their eyes set on?
It could be Jacob Free, the JUCO kid.
Okay.
Or then you start, saying, okay, are you watching Finley every week? How's he doing? Do you maybe decide, we're going to take only one this year because Burrow will be back.
Right.
Brennan has another year.
Right.
You have Parrish coming in, and then maybe you would say, but we're definitely going to take 2 for 20.
Okay.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting how they play that.
Way too complicated.
Yeah.
Way too complicated. Is LSU expecting another big crop of recruits for this Mississippi State game?
I think you're going to have a lot of unofficials. I'm not hearing any officials right now, but you're going to have the typical nice group of unofficials for a night game.
Of course, when there's big games like that, everybody on campus, every sport's got recruits out there. Will Wade's got recruits coming as well.
Yeah. I talked to him on the sideline, and he told me before the game, he goes, Mike, all the intangibles line up for LSU in this one. And then it happened.
All the intangibles. Well,
he had a couple of, recruits with him. So
tell us about TigerBait.com, the new and improved TigerBait.com.
That's it. We've had an unbelievable 2 weeks of new subscriptions. We do our all-day chats every Wednesday. That's been blowing up. Our recruiting video has been incredible. We're at 4 games, I think, this week. So if you're an LSU fan, I think TigerBait.com is where you want to be.
I know you talk about how, LSU, Georgia, win, lose, whatever, it really doesn't dictate kids. But the fact that LSU's 6-1, the fact that they're 5th in the country, that certainly plays a significant role.
It does. It does. I just think I think Georgia's going to bounce back, and they're still, the odds-on favorite to make it to Atlanta.
Right.
But you never know what happens against Florida. But still, there's no doubt LSU's the publicity that's come from being 5th ranked in the country, beating Georgia, proving naysayers wrong. It's got a lot of people excited, and they're doing it with fun. They're having fun.
Yeah, I'm just curious if LSU takes care of business against Mississippi State. And then that sets up the other big epic showdown. How many recruits can they have on, official and unofficial? How many tickets do they have to give to these kids? Because everybody's going to want to go to that one.
I'm messaging these recruits, and they're saying, well, I'm coming for Alabama. They're all coming for Alabama.
Oh, sure.
I mean,
or Sam Nader and company.
Oh,
I don't know how they deal with it.
Oh, I think they're going to
They
enjoy
gonna deal with it?
Yeah.
All right. He's Mike Scarborough, as always. Thank you, sir. Have some food, man. It's really good.
Yeah, it looks
at
good.
Scoreboards. It's really good. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with more of Tigers Roar from Scoreboards here on the Pelican Broadcasting Network.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
You've got to be kidding me. Our insurance rates went up again. Did you get another ticket?
Oh man, play cool. You again. Officer.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
You got me a radar detector? It's a lot cheaper than another ticket.
Balello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Balello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
For total home pest control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvat.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
We continue with Tigers Roar. Jordy, I said it earlier, LSU was getting a lot of attention as they were rolling through this schedule, halfway mark when they were 5-1. Now they beat the number 2 team. They've got everybody's attention now.
Absolutely.
Is this the story of the year in college football? It's in the
It's
discussion.
right up there at the top. There's no question. I think you include Notre Dame in there. Yeah, I think it's definitely a story. And if they had a vote right now, Ed Orgeron is the SEC Coach of the Year without question, without doubt. So, yeah, he's proven everybody wrong to date, but still, there's a lot more football to be played, and they just got to keep executing, got to stay healthy, and the fans play such a big role in this thing.
It is homecoming this week with Mississippi State coming to town.
New unis?
New uniforms.
New
Yeah, we got some new. They're going to wear these white jerseys, white pants. And we got a picture of the helmet they're going to wear on Saturday. It's called Purple Chrome.
Look
and
at
it's
that.
supposed to change colors with the lights and reflections of other things. Purple Chrome helmets.
Not change color to what? Not to red or purple.
No,
green.
like
lighter
if
purple or
if
darker.
you run by a maroon jersey from Mississippi State, it's going to go maroon looking. It's a chrome. It reflects.
Pretty.
And, I think it's more for the younger generation, but I'm willing to have an open mind and see what it looks like.
Is this the NFL on those Thursday night games when they go with that rush look?
I don't know. I thought
We'll
the
see.
white a few years back against Auburn looked really, really good when they went white.
They're going to get really dirty real quick.
Yeah, probably so.
That's okay.
Another story this year, quarterback Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's safe to say he's planted his feet.
I think he's doing exactly what the coaches want him to do. He is not putting up astronomical numbers, but he's not turning the football over on a regular basis. He's getting them in the right plays, and he's converting and moving the chains. He's been a really good surprise.
We've got an interview conducted a couple of days ago with the Tiger quarterback Joe Burrow. He's one of the stories of the year. Here's Tiger quarterback Joe Burrow.
50s balance, on offense. So when you look at the numbers for you guys have the exact same throwing the ball and the exact same rushing the ball. Is that kind of a credit to Steve Ensminger and what he's been able to do offensively, calling plays for you guys?
Absolutely, he's a great coach for us, great leader. We just try to execute the plays how he wants them executed, and we've been okay throughout the season. We're looking to get better.
Does it feel like it's been that balanced stuff for you guys?
Yeah, it really has. We're effective doing both things, and that's been really good for us so far.
Joe, the Florida game, everyone was kind of, not everyone, a lot of people think, oh, the Georgia game is going to be huge, So now you got this game, Alabama on the horizon. How do you learn from that experience, and as far as taking care of what's in front of you this week?
I don't know if you really treat this week any different than any other week. It's hard after a big win. You kind of want to take a deep breath, but you can't because you're in the SEC and you can't play any cupcakes. They're a ranked team that's one of the top 10 defenses in the country, and we're going to have a tough task ahead of us.
Coach says Jeffrey Simmons is one of the best defensive linemen in the country. He was a real problem for you guys last year before you got here. Just what challenges do they present in particular?
Their D-line is really, really physical. We're going to have to be very tough this week up front, very tough runners. They're really physical up front.
Joe, they're selling LSU stuff in Athens, Ohio?
Oh yeah, and the one Walmart that we have, selling it. Yeah, it's been great. My middle school baseball coach is coming this week, and our PA announcer for our high school games is coming this week too, so it'll be good to see them, and I'm happy to have all that support.
See, you got bruise on arms more than legs this week.
Yeah, this is actually the best I've felt after a game. I'm starting to get a little healthier, and that's always a good thing.
Did you think you should score on that play?
Yeah, I got caught. It's a corner, but should have scored.
Could you speak to the versatility of this offense and what we've seen? And I was talking to Coach O about it, just them finding a niche for guys, whether it be racing, whether it be John Trader, but getting guys involved.
Yeah, we have a lot of playmakers, and I try to do my best to get the ball in their hands. Coach E's a big part of it, but it all starts up front, and when they can protect and when they can run block, then you can do basically anything you want.
What about that? They got Chasen in the game. Did it seem to make a difference?
Yeah, I thought Chasen played very well. I feel like it was very solid when he was in the game, and I'm excited for him moving forward.
You mentioned John Trader is one of those playmakers. Just kind of what makes him a playmaker for you?
He's really electric with the ball in his hands. He's been a receiver for all about 6 days, and we see it in practice every day, making plays on bubbles. He doesn't know the offense yet because he just switched over, but I'm excited when he learns it to see what he can do.
Was it surprising to see him take to it so quickly? I mean, usually it takes at least a little while to get used to it.
Yeah, it was. I think they really just told him to go in there and run a couple bubbles, try to get it in his hands a couple times, and made some plays.
Joe, your receivers and the routes they run, 3rd and 4, guys, the route seems so precise, right at the stick. or whatever the yardage is. I mean, can you speak to the job they do running those routes?
Yeah, they do a great job, and that's really a credit to Coach Sullivan. He makes sure those guys are on point every week, and they do exactly as he says, and it shows.
What were some of the funnier things you saw at the end of that game there? And a lot of the students were falling over the fence. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. They were probably not the soberest people in the world falling over that fence. And then someone tried to put a hat on me as I was walking back into the locker room. Wasn't sure what was going on, but I had to get that hat off of me real quick.
Getting the East-West on teams, and with Clyde especially, can you speak to the advantages of that against these physical defenses?
The what?
Sideline to sideline.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I mean, Georgia really forced you to try to run the ball into the box, and our game plan going in was try to get the ball outside, try to get the ball deep, and we executed it fairly well. Offensive line played amazing, and when they play like that, it's easy.
Obviously, Dwayne Haskins and you both having tremendous years. Has he reached out to you and just kind of offered, congratulations, or what's that conversation like between you guys?
We keep in touch. The season's obviously crazy. You can't talk too much to everybody else in the country, but we do stay in touch, and I'm really excited for him to see the kind of year that he's having.
What is a shot on you to sidelines saying this is my house? What's it like to be embraced by the fans and everything so far?
It's been amazing. The fans here are great. I'm enjoying my time. They've all been great to me, and I'm excited for the next couple of years.
What does Coach O do each week to get you guys ready? Cole was telling us maybe some word that he wants to emphasize that week, focus, or poise, is it just little things like that?
Yeah, it's just little things, little keywords that you can remember. So maybe if the times are getting tough, you can just remember that word, remember your training, remember your practices, and you can kind of lock back in.
Do you remember last week's word? Don't worry, Cole.
Last week is in the rearview mirror now. Moving on to this week.
Good week.
We continue with Tigers Roar, as we've told you, and we will be on Wednesday nights. You're always invited out. We're at Scoreboards, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, right next to Anton's Fine Jewelers. And right now, Jordy, the scenery has improved on the set here at Scoreboards. We've got the lovely Cameron, who is one of the servers here at Scoreboards. How are you doing this evening?
Good. How are you?
You doing good?
Yes,
Are you
sir.
nervous? You look like you're a
Yeah,
little
I'm
nervous. There you go. How about that? Hey, tell me about happy hour here at Scoreboards.
We actually have it 4 to 7, and our domestic beers are $2, and then we have the rest of the bars, so like wines,
Mixed drinks and
shots,
wines.
mixed drinks,
Two for one.
Yes.
2 for 1, and that's Monday through Friday with happy hour from 4 to 7. Open every day for lunch. What's some of the other specials going on here at Scoreboards?
Thursday through Saturday we have boiled shrimp and our snow crabs. We have also Friday we're gonna have our raffle tickets for a chance to win some LSU versus Mississippi game tickets. As well as a parking pass.
Right.
You have to be here at 8 p.m. to receive the tickets if you win. And it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun.
All right, so if you roll in here for lunch or one evening, what on the menu are you gonna order? That's what I want to know.
Most likely the catfish Italiano. It's almost like a chafalaya catfish. It's it's actually served over some fettuccine, so there's a little bit of twist up in it, and it's really, really good.
All right, well now do your best. Invite everybody to happy hour. Tell them why they need to come on out here.
To come see us, of course, and to come get our drinks and to get the ticket for the game Friday.
There you go.
All right, Cameron, thank you so much. We'll take a break and come back with much more right here on Tigers Roar at Scoreboards. Stay with us.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope. and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 800-383-8177. 800-383-8177.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Are you ready for this year's formal events? Weddings, homecoming, Mardi Gras, prom, pageants. Debbie's Bridal is having an inventory blowout sale. Don't be left out. Prices range from 20% off to 80% off. Happening now. Debbie's Bridal, Burnside in Gonzales.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We continue with Tigers Roar, and history has been made, ladies and gentlemen.
I just did it. It's
Jordan
a miracle.
Holtberg just tweeted for the first time in his life.
I did.
Now, he has looked at it, he's gathered info from it, but he just actually tweeted.
Underestimating the Tigers in hoops. Better than 6th in the SEC is what I put. Is that how you do it?
We have created I'll never forget, years ago.
I've never done that.
Bert and Alan and I on our way to New Orleans. We had some business to do, a couple different stops, meetings, so all three of us in the same car. Alan didn't know how to send a text message. This is, 9, 10, 11 years ago. And so Bert was driving, and I proceed to show Alan how to send a text message.
You created
and
a monster?
I'll never forget it. So we parked the car. Alan was going to stay in the car, and Bert and I had to walk in and have a real quick meeting and come back out. On the way to the meeting, Bert goes, "You should have never done that.
Yeah.
You should have never taught him how to do that, because now we're going to get texts all day long." So we don't get them all day long, but we do get them.
There you go, miracle.
Yeah, we mentioned the story of LSU football, the story of Joe Burrow.
This next guy,
another graduate transfer.
He is the big story. This is the difference in the team this year compared to a year ago, without a doubt.
Well, and he's one of 2 Tigers to be SEC Player of the Week. LSU's been getting a lot of those awards this year, and the Defensive Player of the Week this week in the SEC was Devin White, and Cole Tracy, the guy we're going to hear from in a minute, Special Teams Player of the Week, the field goals, you see their pictures, the honors from the SEC. But Cole Tracy, the graduate transfer. After spring practice, Coach O said, we need a quarterback, we need a kicker. He went and got both, and both of these guys have more than lived up to the billing.
Would have won 2 games a year ago just on the fact that he would have made field goals. Add that up. Add that up. He's been spectacular.
Well, we got an interview that was conducted a couple of days ago out at LSU with one of the stories of the year, the graduate transfer place kicker, Cole Tracy.
Kind of get your feedback on the ground and get refocused this week?
Yeah, that was a great win, great team win. I think all 3 phases, I've been talking about it all season, same with the coaching staffs, is that we need to execute on all 3 phases, and I think that we did that. Special teams went out there, did a great job. Avery Atkins recovered a fumble. Jealous about that. Always kind of every kicker's dream is to get a fumble, so I'm happy for him for that. Josh pinned him deep when he needed to. Blake did a great job, and so did Zach. And the defense played outstanding, and the offense moved the ball up and down the field. So I feel like that was a great overall team win. Everybody kind of did their job, and that's something that we need to continue to do this week.
Well, how do you guys stay grounded this week the same way you approached last week?
I think just understanding where we're at and kind of what each week means to us, and kind of not necessarily getting too excited or too down. I feel like after the Florida loss, everybody was, for the most part, the exact same. Then after the Ole Miss win, kind of just being able to continue each week and prepare the same way.
Does O do a specific thing or maybe a different thing each week to make sure you guys are kind of focused in on the task ahead?
I think he brings up a few points that we need to work on. Like some weeks it's execution, some weeks it's poise. He's got a few key words that he wants us to think about and continue to use every practice.
Do you remember one of the words last week?
I don't remember what it was last week, but.
Well, tell me about the relationship the kickers have with one another.
Strongest group, my assumption buddy's probably going to hate me for this, but strongest kicking group that I've ever been a part of. Just the chemistry, it's kind of kicked off since day one. We all spend a lot of time together. Sometimes that's a bad thing. We kind of get on each other a little bit, but for the most part, I mean, we're all great buddies. Go out to eat a few times a week. I mean, we're always around each other, which is great. It kind of just builds the chemistry, and I think you can see it on the field. We're kind of just all having fun, enjoying our time, and kind of living in the moment.
Avery's a little swole for a kicker.
He's a big dog. He's a big dog. So you see him in the weight room, and like today he was. We had dumbbell press, and he was repping 5 sets of 4 for 100-pound dumbbells on each arm. I mean, he's strong. So something that I need to catch up to him with. But yeah, he's a big dog.
Safe to say you're not diving in the bucket of piles anytime soon?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to just keep kicking the football through the uprights and not have to worry about chasing after any footballs.
How did it feel to almost outscore Georgia with your leg?
You don't really think about it in the moment. I mean, you're kind of just getting ready for each opportunity. But I'm glad that we were able to have an opportunity like that as a unit.
Are you glad that you weren't asked to run past Grant Delpit on a 4th and 9?
What a play, huh? I remember watching that, and as a kicker, you kind of look at things that people don't really look at. And so I watched the kicker and the holder run onto the field, and they're kind of like looking back at each other, nodding and stuff. And I thought to myself, well, it's kind of weird. What's going to happen? And then sure enough, they ran a fake, and Grant made an amazing play. I remember watching that live and being like, wow, that's one of the best plays I've ever seen.
Is there something that you saw in them that is something good for y'all in the future, or something y'all cook up? How you watch them, and you could see some tells that the hold the kicker had, that there could be a fake, and something y'all can use in the future to notice not to do the exact same thing with your mannerisms going?
Yeah, I guess. You kind of just, if you do have, I don't know, you kind of just want to keep everything the same, regardless of what you're doing. And they didn't do anything crazy. It wasn't, it was just kind of me being a weird guy and watching the kickers run onto the field like nobody else does. And it wasn't even that obvious. I mean, if they would have kicked the football, I wouldn't have ever thought anything twice about it. But it was just because they ran a fake. I kind of thought back and thought that it was a little bit different. But maybe they do that every time. I don't know. It was just kind of the one thing that I noticed.
Cole, this will be the fifth time.
I'm sorry, what's that?
You guys like, that's our fake, you can't use our
LSU has ran that in the past, and so that was kind of funny to see them try in Tiger Stadium. But
this will be the fifth time that LSU has gone up a top 25 opponent so far this season. How does going up against these top teams help prepare you for the next game?
I think just confidence. I think that every week, regardless of who we're playing, we're comfortable and we're excited to get after it. Coach O does a great job of preparing us each week, regardless of who we're playing. So I think this has been just a great season for kind of all of us and able to really enjoy it.
Cool. Can you speak to how special teams can have a domino effect? You down a punt at the 4 or 5, causes them to throw out of the end zone. You pick a ball to 24 and it leads to 3 points, right? I mean, those are the kind of things that.
Yeah. Special teams can have a great impact on the game. I think, although Joe and a lot of the other guys would have wanted touchdowns in the first 2 quarters, I think that it helped to be able to put points up on the board, and I think it kind of changed their approach to the rest of the game. I think that it helped put confidence in our team as well, and that's kind of just what I want to be able to do is help my team out in whatever way that I can.
Cool. On Assumption's campus, when you walked around campus, did people know who you were, or just only your teammates there? And I guess as the games keep going and going, it's kind of bizarre for you to be walking around this campus and people knew who the kicker is. And at Assumption, did anybody know who you were when you were walking around campus?
It's a very, very small school. I mean, it's 2,000 people. So, I wouldn't say everybody, but kind of just, for example, a non-athlete, you kind of know just about everybody. I mean, you walk to class and you'll know 30 people just in your 5-minute walk. So I don't know if it ever had anything to do with me playing football or just me being the kind of social guy that I am. But yeah, I mean, I take online classes here, so I'm not really on campus at all. I was driving my parents around, and I couldn't yesterday, and I couldn't even. We had to pull up maps because I couldn't get to the bookstore. So I kind of just go from my house to football operations and here.
So this will never get to your head that you're like having a good season, because you're never going to know because you're going to online classes and coming straight to football every day.
Yeah, for the most part. I just try to kind of go out and get ready for each practice, and not a whole lot changes. I'm just having fun and enjoying it.
The star of the season for LSU, that young kicker.
You need to follow him on Twitter.
That's too much, man. Just one step at a baby steps.
We had a mini lesson.
Baby steps.
You're doing great
My mind
already.
is all a clutter.
It is?
Yes, it's all a clutter. I'll get it.
No, there's no doubt you'll get it. That's good stuff. A lot of information there. Some junk there, but there's a lot of good information.
I'm looking forward to this game. It's going to be a good one. I'm telling you, Mississippi State.
Okay, you've been really
club.
Good. You kind of, before Florida, you said be careful, and that was your wet. You didn't pick Florida, but you said be careful, and they lost. Last week you said you thought they had this good. They were going to get it done in Tiger Stadium. So
be careful.
Do you want to give
Saturday.
any implications or any little subtle hints?
Be careful. I think this is going to be one of those
down to the wire.
I think so.
Both teams have a chance to win fourth quarter.
Points at a premium.
Points at a premium.
Yes.
All right, I tell you what, it's Mississippi State. We all know that story. LSU dominated that series. We got whipped last year, and Coach O was rather forthright about that. He said, we didn't play good. They took it to us. And you give credit where credit's due. Sometimes you get your tail whipped, right?
And look, State has turned things around. Their new coach, Moorhead, tried to make Fitzgerald a passer and finally realized, no, this guy can run. So they run the ball effectively. One of the best rushing teams in the league. They're the best defense in the league. What wins games? Controlling the line of scrimmage, controlling time of possession. Be careful. Be careful.
All right, before we go to break, we got some live high school football on Pelican Sports TV this Friday evening. Coach Neil Weiner's Dunham Tigers. They'll be playing the Northeast Vikings. Airtime 6:45. Kick set for 7 p.m. The Dunham Tigers live on Pelican Sports TV. You need to check that out Friday night. Got some big-time prospects, including Derek Stingley Jr. on that team, and Coach Neil Weiner has done a fine job with the Dunham Tigers. So be sure to check that out on this coming Friday night. Pelican Sports TV. We'll come back, and we're going to let you hear from Jim Moorhead, the head coach at Mississippi State. We'll do all of that after this pause from Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard in Baton Rouge. Stay with us.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 800-383-8177. 800-383-8177.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's honored to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
We continue with Tigers Roar, and the coach at Mississippi State has gotten a little bit of attention. They kind of started off pretty well. They hit a little lull in there, but he's got the fan base fired up there. You know, Dan Mullen went back over to Florida.
Right.
And, you know, Mullen, had a lot of success, got him ranked #1 in the nation at one point. But Moorhead has come in there and done a good job. And the little bit I've seen of him, and we're about to see more, I'm kind of impressed with the guy.
He's changed. Some coaches have a system and they try to fit their players into that system. The smart coaches learn certain players don't fit into your system, so you make your system adapt and adjust to your players. And I think since they realize that Nick Fitzgerald is a much better runner than a thrower, they've gone back to what Dan Mullen did with him, run him, and run him some more.
So here is the Mississippi State coach talking about this matchup with LSU and, of course, his Bulldog football team.
So fired up for the challenge. Kids are excited. A lot of positive momentum, as I mentioned before, and a lot of great football in front of us. So, any questions? Oh, thank you.
Hey, Joe. The penalties were kind of a pretty big issue the last 2 road games at Kentucky and at Kansas State and things. How mindful are y'all of that going into this game? Is that a point of emphasis? How much have you focused on something like that going into an atmosphere like you'll be in Saturday night?
Certainly, the pre-snap penalties are the biggest focus there. I think the 16 at Kentucky, I think we've got that pretty good and cleaned up. The past few weeks. We got 40 overall for the season, so we're trending in the right direction. But with the crowd noise and the atmosphere and the snap count, things like that, that's certainly something we're going to be mindful of. I think we've got the post-snap nonsense, addressed and cleaned up, and the penalties that we've seen have been more, between the whistles as opposed to before or after. So something we'll continue to work on.
Against Georgia, LSU went for it on 4th down a lot, at least significantly more than they normally do. In those situations, what did you see out of the offense there, and how does that kind of change how they go about things since they've shown they can move the chains on 4th?
Yeah, I think they've got a lot of confidence in their run game right now. I think obviously both backs run with great pad level, and they fall forward. And I think it's really representative of, how they're playing as a whole right now with a ton of confidence. And are playing to win rather than trying not to lose. So I think it's just something kind of like we went for it, a couple times there on 4th. You want to show confidence in your kids and their ability to make a play. And, I think, Coach O and, their team are playing with that kind of confidence right now.
Mississippi State had a lot of success against LSU last year. Did you and your staff look at that and take anything from that film to enter into your game plan for this week?
Yeah, I mean, we always, look at it because of personnel matchups and things like that, and kind of go back in the same way we look at it with that it was a 35-7 or 37-7 win last year. You kind of take it all with a grain of salt because it's a different year and a different team. Just like looking at the Auburn game from last year was 49-10 in the wrong direction. So certainly from a schematic standpoint, is there anything that we can do that's a positive factor for our game plan, but probably more personnel than anything.
Defense, those guys are really talented, but they've had a lot of different defensive coordinators over the years. What's meshed so well with Coach Shoup and those guys to allow them to be so effective so early on?
Yeah, I think it's a mix of experience. A lot of guys on that side of the ball that have played a bunch of snaps at a high level. I think we've got a lot of talent. And I think Coach Shoup and the staff have done a good job putting a plan in place for them to be successful and, making good calls at critical times in the game.
Along those same lines, one player in particular, Kobe Jones, what has his development been on the defensive side? He was kind of Johnny on the spot getting that football in the end zone.
He sure was. I think Kobe's a guy that, Coach Baker and the defensive staff are really excited about because not only does he possess a lot of physical tools, that are required to be successful in this conference and at this level. But he's a student of the game, high IQ, tremendous fundamentals and technique, and always does the way Coach Baker, instructs him to do so. So he very rarely finds himself in the wrong position, and making an effort play like that. I think it speaks volumes for what Kobe's done, kind of biding his time behind some very, very talented guys. But he's got a very bright future.
You've never gone up against Dave Aranda, have you?
I've gone up against his style of defense. He left Wisconsin the year before we played them in the Big Ten championship game. I don't think they changed scheme very much, but I guess to answer your question, no, I've not called plays against him.
Yeah, I mean, what about his scheme stands out and makes him different? Because he's proven that he doesn't depend on players. He's got a good scheme to back it up.
No, I think a thing that a lot of top-notch defensive coordinators across the country, like Dave Aranda, in their schemes is they understand how an offense is attempting to attack them and why, and works to take those things away, but at the same time combines that with a bunch of aggressiveness where they're attempting to force the hand of the offense. So they know, based on what they run, how people are going to attack them, and have a bunch of good counter punches of, if they're going to do this, this is what we go to. So I'd say it's a combination of aggressiveness, scheme, and in-game adjustments that he does a really, really nice job of.
There's a lore about playing in Death Valley on a Saturday night. What have you heard about that? What are you expecting for your first trip down there? I'm assuming it's your first trip.
Yeah. I'm excited that they got the line markers marked off every 5 yards. I think that's pretty cool, and you don't see that very often. Here they got a tiger down there that's pretty neat. But I hear, to me more than anything, this is, the great thing about college football is the passion of the fan bases, particularly in this conference. And I hear, they're as good as any, and they get fired up and they get after you, and they're into the game, and they're gonna make it a challenging atmosphere. So that's, I think that's the things I'm most excited for.
Just about the conference in general, Joe. You halfway through your first season here, I know, but what things in this conference have impressed you so far? The 3 games you played, and maybe some of the observations you've had, and maybe some of the other games you've been able to watch.
Yeah, everything has impressed me, and it's kind of been as advertised. You talk about 2 things you're probably sick of hearing me saying. It's maybe not, but it's a line of scrimmage football league, and the margin of error is slim. And I think when you look at the results on a weekly basis, and maybe not the wins and losses as much as the point differential in the games, that I think there's tremendous parity in this league, that on a weekly basis, if you don't prepare well and you don't come out and play hard and you don't execute at the highest level, that any team can upset any team or beat any team. And I think that, that's shown across the board for 6 weeks. So you better be on your A game. There are no off weeks that every team can come out on a given Saturday and, upset anybody.
Guard to guard, your offensive line's probably as good as anybody's in the nation. How much of that is individual skill at each position, or do they work particularly well together?
Yeah, I think, when you have a center like Elton, and, he's able to make the calls and kind of get everyone on the same page, and you got Daryl and you got Dion and the other guys who subbed in through there. I think the core, kind of sets the tone. And I think those guys have done a great job with their physicality and, mentality, and, particularly, last week, setting the tone for the game.
Mississippi State's going to come in ready to go.
Yep, no doubt about that. Good defense, run the ball. This may be a quick game. Both teams need to run the ball effectively, so it may be quick.
Yeah, put the post-game show on early. Hey, let's take a break. We'll come back, tell you about the post-game show. A couple other things here from Scoreboards. Connect on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Nice crowd.
Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard. Appreciate the folks that have come out to enjoy this. You're always welcome on a Wednesday. Tuesday, we tape 2 shows here at noon, Sports Update with Kate. 3 o'clock, the Roger Kadar Show, Tigers Roar, and much, much more to come. That's why you got to connect on social media. We'll be back for the final segment right after this pause. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Jordy Helper for Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Chairman's Reserve steaks, their pork, their chicken, their seafood, top of the line. Primo barbecue pits, Icy Tech coolers. They can go anywhere and cater anything for you. Go to 751-7665 to call Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market, where good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market.
Are you ready for this year's formal events? Weddings, homecoming, Mardi Gras, prom, pageants. Debbie's Bridal is having an inventory blowout sale. Don't be left out. Prices range from 20% off to 80% off. Happening now. Debbie's Bridal, Burnside in Gonzales.
Attention! Do you have chronic back pain, knee pain, or arthritis? If you have Medicare or private insurance like Aetna, United Healthcare, Humana, or Blue Cross, you may qualify for a safe, drug-free remedy for your everyday back and knee pain. But you must call now. The call and consultation are free, and you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back or knee brace at little or no cost to you. These pain relief braces are ideal for back pain, arthritis, sciatica, leg pain, knee pain, and other painful conditions that make life difficult. Don't suffer needlessly. Our associates will work directly with Medicare or your insurance company for free. Your knee or back brace will be delivered directly to your door. Imagine playing with your grandkids or enjoying tennis or golf again. Call the National Knee and Back Brace Center to qualify for your Medicare or insurance-covered knee or back brace.
Call 800-560-3392, 800-560-3392.
It's time to find out the truth about health insurance.
True or false? I can't get health insurance because I missed the open enrollment period. False.
If you had a life change such as moving, getting married, having a child, or a job loss, you are eligible to buy a new policy.
I don't have a life-changing event, so I can't get health insurance. False.
You can purchase affordable short-term policies even if it's not open enrollment.
I have to spend hours shopping around for an insurance policy that's right for me. False.
Call Healthcare will connect you with licensed agents that do the work for you, comparing hundreds of options, making sure you get a policy that fits all your needs at the best price.
Call now and we'll connect you to a licensed agent that will answer all your questions. The call and the service are free, so what are you waiting for?
Call Healthcare, getting the coverage you need at a price you can afford. Call now. Representatives are standing by to assist you.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvat.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
Tigers roar, and the Tiger family lost a special one this past Saturday. The Hall of Famer, Baton Rouge High, LSU, Green Bay Packers, Jimmy Taylor passed away at the age of 83. I interviewed him a couple times on TV over the years and saw him most recently at the Red Stick Bowl out at Olympia Stadium this past December. We always had that on Pelican Sports TV, and he was out there as an honorary captain. So one of the all-time greats, no doubt.
I knew Jimmy very, very well. Saw him, in fact, at the Ole Miss game up in the Tiger Suites. He looked terrific. He and his wife Helen were there, and We sorely miss you. He was an iconic figure, just a tremendous player, known more for his exploits with the Green Bay Packers in the NFL Hall of Fame.
And, of course, don't forget this Saturday after LSU Mississippi State, about 9:15, the Pelican Sports post-game show with Buddy Sanji and I. We will have your phone calls, your text messages, reports from Tiger Stadium, all the stats, all at about 9:15, a 90-minute program, TV, radio, Facebook Live. We want you to check it out. TV repeats on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. and 10:30, back-to-back airing. So now we got to get to scoreboards and all the things happening here.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, snow crabs with all the fixings and all the trimmings. It is top shelf. Great stuff. All the flat screen TVs. I can't count how many there are. They'll have every game on that you want and then more. And then on Sundays, all you can eat barbecue tailgating extravaganza here. Freshly cooked, ready to go. I mean, the chicken, the sausage, the ribs. I mean, it's knuckle-sucking good.
Well, and the Saints play in the afternoon. They play at 3:25, so you can get out here, get the all-you-can-eat barbecue, the potato salad, the beans, hang around for the Saints game, the bar.
Absolutely.
Happy hour Monday
Sunday Saints barbecue? How about that?
Happy hour Monday through Friday from 4 to 7 with $2 domestic beers, 2 for 1 on wine and mixed drinks. Connect on social media. Bald snow crabs with the corn, sausage, and potatoes. Thursday,
really good.
Friday, Saturday.
Really good.
We'll be here on Wednesday. Kate Adams, Roger Kadar here on Tuesdays, as we've got a lot of things happening for you here at Scoreboards, 10655 Coursey Boulevard. Many things coming next month. Going to be a steak night. Going to be a sportscaster contest. You want to be a sportscaster?
Take our job.
Guys, girls, men, women. We're going to have a contest for you coming in November, and November's right around the corner. Connect on social media or ask anybody in here when you show up. Open daily at 11 a.m., 7 days a week.
It's really a fun place. It's a great atmosphere. If you love sports, you love music, this is the place to be. You can come out and watch us live. Throw insults at us, whatever you want to do. We can handle it, but we'd love to see you here at Scoreboards.
And eventually the post-game show will be live here, too. That ought to be quite lively. Hoping to do that after that game against that team from Tuscaloosa.
Oh, that'd be
We're
terrific.
working on that, crossing a few T's, dotting a few I's.
Thank you, Mike Scarborough, for coming on board this evening.
I want to thank Cameron, here, a member of the staff here at Scoreboards. Jonathan, Marty, Greg, Alan, Bert, everybody. Takes a lot of people to put this show together.
You got a prediction?
I think LSU wins.
Okay.
LSU going to
Me
win.
too.
They'll cover the spread and win. That's what I'm going.
6.5?
Yeah, they're going to 31-14, something like that.
Wow.
I'll narrow that down on radio.
31.
I'll narrow that down on radio Friday.
I
for
hope
you.
you're right.
Hey, get to Scoreboards at your next chance. Lunch, dinner, happy hour, and a little bit. Connect on social media. From Scoreboards,
I know
you've
how
been
to
watching
tweet.
Tigers Roar.
Tweet
He's
it.
now tweeting. Look out. Talk to you again next week.
So long, everybody.
It's time to find out the truth about health insurance.
True or false? I can't get health insurance because I missed the open enrollment period. False.
If you had a life change such as moving, getting married, having a child, or a job loss, you are eligible to buy a new policy.
I don't have a life-changing event, so I can't get health insurance. False.
You can purchase affordable short-term policies even if it's not open enrollment.
I have to spend hours shopping around for an insurance policy that's right for me. False.
Call Healthcare will connect you with licensed agents that do the work for you, comparing hundreds of options, making sure you get a policy that fits all your needs at the best price.
Call now and we'll connect you to a licensed agent that will answer all your questions. The call and the service are free, so what are you waiting for?
Call Healthcare, getting the coverage you need at a price you can afford. Call now. Representatives are standing by to assist you.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing can
Taste the feeling.